Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius, October 23, 2022. Transits early today continue to produce tension that might interfere with your relationships and communications. It's all too easy for someone or something to trigger vulnerable areas of your psyche. Worries about work or health can interfere with enjoying simple connections, personal interests, and light conversations. Even the simplest of interactions can seem loaded. If you observe this happening, try to detach yourself from the situation and move back into it after you've gained some perspective. The moon spends the first part of the day in your sign, magnifying your emotions, and then moves into your resources sector for a stay of over 2 days. You might enjoy paying more attention to your valuables and prized possessions, and you're inclined to save and stock up on what you need. Revenge could be on your mind today. The dark atmosphere of the day could feel like you're caught in a fatal attraction. This is because our sweet goddess planet, Venus, is clashing with a virulent Pluto in the heavens above. This is one of the most tragic and fatalistic planetary alignments possible, spelling out fear, insecurity, and wicked deeds. Tension may be simmering beneath the surface, triggering manipulation, jealousy, and vindictive temperaments. You can have a ferocious temper, so it would be wise not to jump to conclusions or engage in drama. You may end up regretting it for the rest of your life. Try to salvage your relationships at work. You have a rare opportunity to transform your immediate work community when Venus in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn. The square suggests that there might be unresolved tension with your coworkers. You could be involved as either a participant or as the devil's advocate. Although stressful, the square can be the perfect time to address any ongoing issues to ensure that your workplace is balanced, fair, and harmonious moving forward. Gather as much information as possible to feel self-assured in your ability to transform your workplace relationships. 7 days before Jupiter is due to retrograde back into your financial sector in order to revitalize money matters, the moon returns for its monthly visit to your income sector. Before the focus shifts even more to the other side of the financial fence, the moon returns to capture any untapped income potential and to tie up loose ends after Mercury left your income sector last week. This is a wonderful time to organize your time and fit in all the things you normally don't get to do for yourself. Make this week a week of self-pampering. Do whatever it is that you normally put off because it is indulgent or time-consuming. Make the time to indulge yourself. Hair, skin, feet, hands, body, the more pampering the better. You are a natural-born worker, and a little TLC will not jeopardize your work ethic. It's all about looking and feeling your best. Go for it. Here is a day that is going to be favorable. The vibrations are going to allow you to start pushing ahead and discover new horizons. So, get involved with your family and friends and don't hesitate to communicate with them and open yourself up to new ideas. The atmosphere will be relaxed in your effective life and you will multiply the interesting contacts that you make. In your professional life, you will have a slight decrease in activity but nothing of any consequence. Keep the sense of curiosity and fresh outlook you have. Your family and friends so admire this in you. As the moon leaves Leo, this will take the pressure off you and your relationships, but not before, in Saturn's final days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, leaving you with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. This first visit since the last planet left Leo was always going to be a valuable chance to check in, with knowing your own needs as important as knowing your relationship needs. It helps that the conditions on the communication front couldn't be better. As the moon leaves Leo, this will not only leave you more emotionally engaged but after a clash with Saturn in your relationship sector yesterday, with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. This also gives the Sun and Venus, the planet of love, something to work with as they spend their final days in your communication sector aligned. Our eyes in the sky. There is plenty to process on an emotional level now. Make sure you're honoring your time and giving yourself plenty of space to stretch out. This can mean that people are not honoring their boundaries and overlapping with your aura field throughout the day. Although the lunar vibes make it easier to let things bounce off you, there is a darker element to this as well. This can be especially true with certain family members, such as siblings, or even neighbors, because yesterday's aspects could be stirring up arguments left and right. You must honor yourself and let toxic connections take care of themselves. For those who are in family disputes, this is a good time to armor up psychologically and be very honest with yourself about your personal space and needs. Yesterday's Pluto energy hasn't cleared from the skies, and it adds a dramatic undertone to unconscious behaviors. Let someone show you who they are even if it hurts to see it. Be careful of what you say. Your own words may be contradictory. Don't shoot yourself in the foot by saying things that go against your own personal desires and inner beliefs. Make sure that what comes out of your mouth, keyboard, or touch screen is coming from your heart. You're likely to be in a much chattier frame of mind with activity in your house of personal expression and appearance. You may be thinking about changing the way you present yourself to the world. Assuming a professional demeanor means that you can get a new job, if you like, or move up at your current employer. Money and a key to the executive lavatory come with the new office. This is a spiritual lesson, and it can even mean you're feeling a telepathic connection to someone at this time. That doesn't mean they aren't violating your need for space, and this can go both ways, so be very mindful of this, because your mind is going through a process of merging right now. In the pre-dawn hours, the Leo moon sextiles Venus in Libra, stimulating a sense of well-being. We can be ourselves without pretense, charming friends and admirers with our outgoing attitude. Since many of us will be asleep at this hour, this transit may manifest in the form of happy dreams where we are reunited with loved ones. Guides take the form of family or relatives who affirm that we attract the proper relationships when we are brave enough to express ourselves authentically. Following this, the moon sextiles the Libra sun, perpetuating the good vibes born of the moon-Venus sextile. If we are asleep, pleasant dreams continue. If we are awake, we connect with others based on mutual interests or shared ideals. Our emotional and egoic desires are in sync. This influence is unlikely to manifest dramatic events. In fact, we might not realize how smoothly the day is going until this aspect has passed. This is ideal. It suggests we are living in the moment and sucking the marrow out of life. The moon begins its void of course following this aspect's perfection, proposing that we avoid starting new projects.